Hello everyone, Carpacoin here. I hope your week has been amazing and welcome to my new video. So, for this one I decided to use my favorite pen and a really awesome pencil I found out because of an assignment I had at school on craft paper, because I think they work really well together, and craft paper is a very cheap paper. For instance, this paper you're seeing in here, I bought, if I'm not wrong, an A1 or an A0, I don't remember really well, either one, for like 10 cents or 15 cents, which is really cheap for paper. And this paper is very thin and it doesn't take water well, so if you want to use gouache or watercolor on it, watercolor I don't recommend because it's transparent, but gouache, because it is opaque, would work really well on this paper. But you need to prime the paper first with some gesso. If you use white gesso, I don't see why you would use craft paper, but if you use transparent gesso, you can still get the mid-tone of the paper, and I think it looks really cool. Okay, so on to the pen. The pen I'm using is a Pilot G-tech-C4 in black. It's a very thin pen that I really like to use for cross-hatching and for, just line shading and everything. Also this pen is not waterproof, but it can give you pretty nice washes, and I find something very weird in these G-tech-C pens, because the undertone of the black of the G-tech-C4 and the G-tech-C025 is different. It's really weird. The C4 has a neutral undertone when you go with water over your lines. You just get a light gray wash. But if you do it on top of the G-tech-C025, you get some kind of weird red wash. And it's really confusing because they're supposed to be the same pen. Why do they not have the same color? It makes no sense, but still, I think it would look pretty cool to use them together and then use some water to create different colored washes, and you only needed a water brush and 2 pens, so I think it would be really nice. Aside from that pen you are going to see me soon using a Derwent Drawing pastel pencil. It's soft pastel, serving as pencil lead for a normal wood pencil is weird, but it works really nice on colored paper, especially either pastel paper that I've never tried, or it works really well on craft paper because it has a slight texture and the pastel sticks to the paper really well without smudging too much unless you want it, because you can smudge it with your fingers, but it doesn't smudge as much on the next page as it would on normal paper, because smooth paper doesn't take pastels really well, because the pastel smears with everything. It's I don't know how people can use pastels in their sketchbooks. It just I can't. Everything gets dirty when I do that. So yes. These are the 2 tools I'm going to be using, or I am using right now, because I am over 5 minutes of voiceover now, so I'm sure using these 2. I also do something that you should not do, but I forgot, and I always forget, and I never know where my those things you use to blend that are made of paper. How are they called? Blending sticks, blending sticks, or something like that. I don't know. Um, I never know where those are, so I used my finger. But you should never do that because the oil from your skin can either damage the paper or, you know, if you want to smear it further, you can't smear it more because the oil sticks the pastel to the paper, and if you want to erase it, you can't. So, yes, fortunately, I didn't need to erase it. Also, an eraser really damages the craft paper because it's a really thin, fragile paper. Yes, it's good for sketchbooks. Now, about the drawing itself, I am drawing a singer because first I did a scribble thing in the beginning and I decided to find some shapes in it, and the first thing I found was the mouth, or what I read as the mouth. And I really like to sing, although I'm terrible at singing. I'm really horrible. And because of that, I thought, why not merge the two things together? And so I drew a girl singing. And since I really like to shade hair and to render hair with this pen, I thought it would be nice to have a lot of hair occupying most of the page. Because if this drawing is going to be about some things that are like favorites to me, if I can say it like that, or something, or things I really like. That's what I wanted to say. So you have one of my favorite pens, craft paper that I really like, singing, and also the pencil, the soft pastel pencil. That's it. And I am starting a different series because although I really like the sketchbook and this one is not finished, I will be continuing this sketchbook journey. Every time I do a video that I am drawing inside a sketchbook, it is from this series, and I will say it in the beginning of the video so you know, and on the title. But for the next 4 videos, I believe, I'm going to do a series of bird guardians. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense, but I'm going to be making guardians for 4 species of birds that I know you can find in Portugal, even if most of them they migrate, and so they are only in the summer or something like that. And I still have to look for the names in English of all of them, so I won't tell you which ones they are because I only know the name in Portuguese. So, yes. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy, please give me a like and consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting a video every Tuesday, or I will be continuing to post a video every Tuesday as I have been doing for the past 5 weeks. Any suggestion or any challenge you want me to do, leave it in the comments below. And yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!